What's up, Rise and Thrivers? It is Monday, September 9th. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are up to episode 71. So before we even go anywhere further, let's just tell you who we are. We're Rise and Thrive Together, and we are a vibrant community out to empower and educate and equip you with real talk, real actions, and real results. I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to be here with one of my favorite people, Dr. Raquel Stewart. And we have got an awesome episode because we are continuing this month's theme of September on, like Raquel likes to say, Side Hustle September. So let's just jump right into it. Hey, sis, nice to see you.
Hey, Rise and Thrivers. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. And if you're not, then I hope you are making it a great start to the week. So, Side Hustle September. Last week we had Joey Lewis on, and he was giving us side hustles from the AI perspective, right? So, it was blogging, it was creating music, jingles for folks, and that was really, really incredible. Lots of information. I did not have a chance to do any of that. I will not lie. I just haven't had a chance. My schedule, I'm getting used to this schedule of me going into an office or into a classroom instead of virtual. So it's like, whoa, throwing me off, throwing some stuff off. Not my working out, though. It is not throwing that off. I'll tell you that. So I'm super stoked. I already see someone in our green room who wants to join our chat, right?
I
Did
don't
you
know.
see that? Yeah, we've got somebody in here. We've got
Oh, we got
Joanna who
Joanna
wants to
Trust.
join us. So
Ooh,
let's
Joanna's
bring
jumping
Joanna
in.
on to chat it up
Hey,
for a little bit. Hey.
hey,
This is like
ladies.
amazing. We're like, jump right in. And folks, welcome to Rise and Thrive Together. This is our really good friend, Joanna Tress. She has been on the show before. She has also been a co host of the show. And just to give you a big heads up, if you are truly someone who is interested in being up here on with us, getting visibility, having a little brief conversation for a couple of minutes, especially when something resonates like that. Joanna got the link. And feel free to, if you have my phone number, text me, put it in the box over here, get on the chat and say, Regina, send me your email and we'll jump you in. So, Joanna, thanks for jumping in for Side Hustle September.
Hey, thank you. It so happens I just finished a restream. I was in the restream studio with another organization that I'm affiliated with that promotes positive things for women right here. I'm not even sure if I've lifted my behind off the couch. And then I see your text, email. Oh, sure. I'll just roll up into Rise and Thrive Together. And I've missed you, ladies. I'm proud of you. I love the real talk and real results. And 71, you ladies are doing some awesome things. I love you.
Thank
Transforming
you. Thank
lives.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Joanna.
Joanna. We love you too. Now, I want to know about what you were on and what organization for women, and does that in any way, if you can talk about it, or is it
Of
like some
course,
top
yeah, I
secret?
can. I have mentioned it to my homegirl Regina, so I'll let you in on it, and of course the viewers and the riser and thrivers. This is called hernextchapter.org, and that's
Mm.
next NEXX,
Oh,
because as women, we don't want to feel that we're X'd out of society when we get to a certain age. So instead of, we're going to take that X and flip it. You're not going to X us out. We are here to be empowered, self care. We have all kinds of experts on health and wellness, and they have a platform that is ad free, so
mm.
we can share and encourage and really build each other up without having to worry about all the commercial aspects. So they are having a conference in Dallas, Texas, in October of next year, and I'm an ambassador. So we just
Wow.
nice little shout outs, in the studio. little and of course, Regina reached out to me because I happen to have a side hustle as well. So
Well, now, that's awesome. That sounds absolutely incredible. If a listener or viewer is interested in joining, how do they join?
they just go to www.hernextchapter.org. Nexx. So it's HERNEXXCHAPTER.org. Yeah, you just sign up and then we'll be in touch. It's free.
Awesome. Did y'all hear that? That's free. So now you have
Yeah,
no excuse. Go join her next chapter. Next, NEXX, not NEXT.
you got
And
it.
Reg just put it in our chat. So definitely click the link. Check it out. Why not? You want to network, you want to find out. You never know who you'll meet there. They may have a side hustle like Joanna's on with her side hustle. So, do you want to tell us about your side hustle? I'm super excited to hear about this.
Yes, on and off for the past 8 years, I
Ooh,
have done ride sharing. First Lyft, then Uber. And
wow.
people, I'm not sure if you know this, Raquel. I met my husband driving Lyft.
What?
We
Was he
had
a passenger?
Yes, he was a passenger who accidentally left something in the car. So they called Lyft and they got to me, right? Really? And we made
When
arrangements. I can
Wow.
give it back to him. It happened to be a key. He was a manager at a store. And what was funny is that when I found the key, like a couple weeks later, digging in the car, um, and and then brought it to him, and well, let's meet at Panera. I gave him my business card and his key because I wanted to sell him some insurance. I'm a licensed life and health agent, so I'm trying to hook a brother up, get myself a little commission. But it so happens that when we went to Panera and we're talking, and he's so sweet and nice that I don't have the nerve to start talking about insurance. He also shared that the key that I gave him, he had never seen a day in his life. It was somebody else's lost key that I found. So we got married a year to the day later on the anniversary of the day that we met. That I picked
Wow.
him up at
wow.
6:30 from this apartment where I live right now. Okay, because I moved in, we got married, and like if we were gonna have a movie about it, we're gonna call it "You Lift Me Up." LYFT, a true
Oh,
Orlando love story where the wrong key opened all the right doors.
wow. I love
Wow.
it. You just
Hey!
want to make sure you can use Lyft LYFT in the title. I'm just saying copyright and all of that stuff. You need to
Oh,
make
yeah,
sure
exactly.
it's
Oh,
not an
because guess
issue.
what? If they don't endorse, then we're gonna have to change it. We'll talk about Uber Love or something. If they don't want to give up, if they don't want to hook us up and let us, endorse it, then it's gonna be neutral. But we're gonna come up with
I just
something.
gave me chills, Joanna. I've heard this story,
Wow.
Raquel. I've heard this story, and but like Raquel, little like side conversation about Raquel and I. We both love romantic comedies, and we love romantic movies. Joanna, you know that. I've talked to you about that,
Yeah.
and we just spent that time together, Raquel and I, in Bahamas watching some great rom coms. I mean, we are so sappy. She's smacking me, I'm smacking her. Like we're just like, then she's watching it, and I'm like, "You're watching it without me," like it was just. But like you just said that, and I literally, sis, I felt like the goosies coming through me. I'm like, I love the title. Heck yeah, you better reach out to them and have them like pay that up. And I mean, I've heard the story, but to hear it now, here in this context, oh man, I'm like, come on, anybody out there? Side hustle. Joanna's got her next big elevate, her next NEXX huge elevated movie coming out. Like, let's go. Let's make that romantic movie. Let's do it.
Yep,
That's
'cause
so
it's just quick
awesome.
cash. It's just quick money. That's what it is. I
Hmm.
just start. I just do it whenever I feel like it. I don't have to answer to anybody. I press a button on an app and I just go.
Wow. Now, how does that happen? Do you have to sign up and fill out an application? How does this
All right,
work?
yep. You sign up. You share. They do the background check with your license. They make sure you have your registration and your insurance. They have a few tutorials, and then you're just ready to go. It's I was off the platform for a couple of years when I first got married right after the pandemic. But when I left my day job to pursue my dreams, but those bills kept coming, even though my dream job didn't really bring in the money, we got to bridge a gap. So if I need $100 for this here or that there, it's like I have a goal. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to clear $100 after gas and snacks. I'm going to clear $100, and I really just that's what helps me to stay in business. That's what brings my cash in there, and of course, things are going well with the business. So I look forward to firing Uber at the end of this year. Yeah, in
Ooh.
a positive way.
She's firing her side hustle because what she really wants to focus on is taking off, right?
That's right. Yep. So
Now,
it's yeah.
some people may be curious, what is your business that you're doing?
Right. Well, I'm an expert on creativity, creative expression. I help people to launch their passion projects. I liberate
Mm,
that artist inside of you and then give you that practical hands-on support, like a project manager for aspiring artists and creatives, especially late bloomers. They're a certain age and they're like, man, I'm too old to be a rock star. I'm not a movie star. What am I going to do? I'm not talented. Life got in the way. They have all these responsibilities. And the good thing is, I've taken the creativity not just for private clients, but also as an employee engagement piece. So I
mm.
joined BNI, Business Networking International, so that I have access to chapters all over the country, and so that I can get into the workplace. That's where my target customer is. They're busy working at a desk or in a cubicle, and they need somebody to be an advocate for them, for their creative voice, and to let them know, yes, your dreams can come true. We're going to have some form of fashion of your project in 6 weeks, because that's what I
Wow.
use. A five-step system that got a musical from in my head with songs that were like 28 years old, a couple of them, onto the stage within 93 days. So that's the thing. And so it's finally coming together. You know how that is. It takes time and layers and growth and trial and error, but it's coming together. And I'm just thankful though that yeah, we need side hustles because it takes money, honey. And I'm thankful for that.
Wow, that's so great that you never stop going after what it is you want to do, your passion. And in order to help you reach there, you did a side hustle. Now, she found a side hustle that worked for her. Her time, she decides when a bill came in, she's like, let me just go drive.
Yep.
Let me drive, let me pay that bill, and let me keep on focusing on my passion.
Yeah.
So, I've got a question for our audience. Do you see yourself in Joanna's story? Is it that you don't want to work a typical 9 to 5? You have a dream, a vision, a goal that you want to reach. However, you still need money. Bills are still coming. Bills are still billing. Really and truly, they are. And now you're looking for a side hustle. Uber was the easiest thing for her to do. All it took was filling out that application, making sure her paperwork as far as her vehicle were intact. And then she just drives at her leisure. Like, how awesome is that, while still working on her passion and getting that up and running, her business? And that's what she's doing. So how many of you out there see yourself, or you can see yourself in what Joanna is telling us? Because it's really incredible. What she taught me was I need to go drive for Lyft, because that's how she met her husband.
I mean, wow, you literally just took that statement. I was waiting my turn. I was ready to come in, and I was like, so just in case sis, who's had this on her list for 8 years or so, if you love people, and Joanna is a people lover, listen, guys, Joanna and I talk often, once a week, committedly, and then probably once a week, out of nowhere. And she is amazing. She's in the Uber and she's got a call, and then she'll say, Hi, welcome, blah, blah, blah. And do you mind? I'm talking to my bestie on the phone and we will talk for like 45 minutes, like on speaker. These people are hearing our conversations. They are amazing. They say thank you, they tip her, they do their thing. But like she is like not your typical Uber driver. You want to be able to be with Joanna because if she's either talking to you or you get to hear like Raquel and I, like we do here with you live, with Joanna and I live on Uber. So you're going to get some diamonds, like some diamonds drop down at you. So I love it. And yes, everyone, Raquel should drive Uber. You can make money to find them in.
I have another side
Right.
hustle. Do you want to
Ooh,
know
What's
about
another
another
side
side
hustle?
hustle? Work
we have
with
four.
kids.
What is
So
it?
I work with children, like after school programs, nonprofits that have paid positions for things that build up families and keep the children engaged, like summer camp. Basically, the summer camp program that was 3 days a week for 2 months, I use that in my engagement with the children. Well, I'm a performing arts instructor, right? I can parlay that, into my creative coaching thing. But all, just being willing to work with kids, that was another night. So the Uber was pretty light in the summer when I
Hmm.
had that 3 days a week. So just, when you, a hustle is a hustle. So when you're just willing to do things, so maybe someone doesn't have a car, they don't want to drive people around. The food really doesn't make much money for me. I let the other folks do the food. I do the people. But how about working with kids? How about having some fun? That kept me active. I was, singing and dancing and playing and crafting every day with these children. That kept me in shape for the summer. So I just wanted to suggest that also. There are plenty of organizations that would love to have you work for kids. Of course, you just have to have a clean background. But that's another side hustle. Work with kids. It's just part-time gigs here and there so you can focus on the meat and potatoes of your heart.
Hmm.
While you have this to help pay some bills. So I would throw that in there too.
I
Wow,
love it.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Let me ask you this. Do you think, and I'll throw it out to both of you, Joanna and Reg, do you think that if someone has a side hustle, can that become a business that they start, even though they never thought about it? Is it possible? You got something, Reg. I saw your
Pick me,
hand.
pick me, pick me. Pick me, pick.
Regina.
This is so exciting tonight. It went from like just to go a side conversation, when it fits in, when you're really committed to something, everything can shift and change, right? And Raquel and I had a conversation. She's tired. I'm going through some stuff. So emotionally, like I just wasn't wanting to be here. But we're both committed and we're really out to make a difference and an impact. And I had shared with her earlier on a private call that I was like, my side hustle is my self care, right?
Mm.
My side hustle right now at this moment, just this little short couple of weeks, is self care. And you're constantly looking at like, does this align? Does tonight show align? Does this tonight show align? But I haven't talked to Raquel. I feel like, we haven't talked at all since the last show. So that, even though for some people it's 7 days, for me, she gives me that energy. She gives me that boost. She gives me that thing. And so I'm really present to like the side hustle was a side hustle for me. I came here to Florida, taking care of my mom. And at that time, putting us, I was had some part-time remote work from the place that Raquel and I used to work for as a social worker and was looking for that self-care. And that love for me is dance. And it really was. I could think about it. I didn't think about that until Joanna, you explained it and Raquel brought that out. It was a side like it was first my self-care. So when I found Zumba, one Zumba class for me for self-care as I was being a caregiver to my mom, it just kept on going because it brought out all of this. And like Joanna, my dreams, Raquel, my dreams, was to be a dancer on Broadway, right? And have that creative side of me. And it was that person who was like, hey, and at that time, when once the work left remotely, it was like, what am I going to do next? I didn't know Didn't know yet if it was going to be a social work or not, but that was the first, like, has an opportunity, like you said, to bring in some money, while things are the way they are. So I joined Zumba Fitness and became a fitness instructor, few classes a week. I am proud to say that, as of January of 2024, I finished my certification in 2013. That is 11 years. And consistently for 11 years, I've never taken a break except for when I donated my kidney because the doctor wouldn't let
You
me.
mean you couldn't get up and do Zumba in the hospital? You couldn't do it virtually?
Couldn't do it. I've been 13 years doing that. And like you said, became the business. I then took all those other certifications. And it was really when I was looking at what's next was when I found my business coach that was like, you're doing it. Like your side hustle of supporting my husband as we were like handling the bills, and my mom and my brother who had passed, like all that became my business. And it's now here for you, which is a bunch of like things that I love. But thank you for reminding me of that. And sometimes, like now, Joanna, I totally relate to you. There's that little extra, right? Like, what is the thing that's going to take care of the bills now,
Mm.
to get to the bigger passion projects of the songs, getting into the studio, having that book, published, all of that. And while life is at you, right? Like, and coming at you. And I just want to tell you both that one contract was lost, but the new contract started today. And so I have my two new contracts that started today and tomorrow,
Nice.
and that's
Congratulations.
side hustle because now my kind of business is here. But I was like, no, there's something more. But I'm going to do what makes me happy and I can make an impact. And they're working with children. So I'm with 2 to 5 year olds tomorrow.
Yay.
And today I'm with 3 to 5 year olds. And it's a
Nice.
joy bringing music and movement and, instruments. So thanks for the conversation, guys. That really, I feel completely different. Completely. That's what we do. We educate, empower, and equip people. So
Absolutely. And here's some stuff that I found just in case excuse me, it doesn't resonate with driving Uber, but maybe Lyft because you get a husband when you drive Lyft. And, or working with kids and doing Zumba, and you're thinking, yeah, that may not be for me. Then what is for you? It's a side hustle. Joanna was able to work her business, put it into practice, plan all of that stuff, and now it's coming to fruition while she had her side hustle. Reg took something that she was passionate about, and it was her side hustle, and then it became her main thing, and it blossomed into something else. She had Here For You coaching. She cares about people, and she took her love and of self-care, and got Zumba just as something on the side. And now it's Zumba and it's her coaching. So your side hustle can become your main thing. And you may not know what your side hustle is, but it's a side hustle. You never know unless you get involved. Now we've got somebody here. Ah, Kathleen says, that's awesome, Regina. So happy for you, my friend. Hey, Kathleen.
what up, Kathleen?
Now, here's something, and this is a spinoff from last week with Joey. Leverage social media. Develop an organic following by creating vlogs or short videos to teach, entertain, or share exciting events with others. Something simple, something that you do every day. So instead of watching other people and their reels, how about creating your own? And it can be on anything. I've seen some stuff on cats, and the cat is just sitting there, and they may get up and stretch, but they've got like over 1 million views. And I'm like, would anybody want to watch me just sit there and stretch? I don't know, but I should try it to see. Somebody might
But
enjoy
what
it.
about your cat? You got a cute cat.
Yeah, the only thing is he just lays there. He just, he
Maybe
just
they'll
doesn't,
come watch you lay there.
and it's one of those things. Have fun with your side hustle. Right? Joanna had fun. She would talk to people. She would talk to Regina, talk to her passengers, give them a key that's not really theirs, and have Panera and everything else. But if it's a side hustle, have fun with it. Enjoy what you're doing. enjoy it, especially if it's your side hustle. So one of them, like I was saying, was leveraging social media, making short videos. Now I'll tell you something. I think I would enjoy that. Have I done it yet? No. I need to, but I can see myself doing like some. I think I'm kind of funny. I'm not like going to do stand
She's
up comedy
funny.
tomorrow, but I think I'm kind of funny and I can do catchy little videos. And I like to educate individuals about self and being mindful and your mindset and all of that stuff. But I don't want it to be too heavy. I want it to be fun and lighthearted. So I'm gonna commit and I'm gonna do a video. Um, Something lighthearted and funny on mindset. And y'all just got to talk me through where the heck do I do it? Do I do it as a reel? And I don't even know how to do reels, but okay, we're gonna figure it out. Another
Tell you.
one is design a website. Guess what? I designed my own website for my coaching, and it's crazy because if you ask me, I have no technical skills whatsoever, but I do have the ability to read. And that's all I did. I took the time, I read, and I created my own website. And I was actually very touched because Regina's husband, I say Regis, and y'all be like, who's Regis? Reg, comma, S husband actually saw my website and thought it looked pretty good. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like a professional. This is what he does, right? This is his business, his life. And for him to say that, I was just so impressed and felt so great. So anybody needs a website design, a simple website. Don't come at me with and I need dancing stars. I'm going to send you to Josh, his husband. Not the one that's gonna give you fashion and flair. That's not who I am. I don't know all of that, but he does. If you want something simple and basic, then definitely reach out. Start a blog or look for writing gigs. These are side hustles, right? And you never know where it can lead, who you will meet as a result of your side hustle. Joanna, I'm gonna keep throwing at you. You never know who you're gonna meet while you're doing your side hustle. I mean, I don't
And guess what?
understand.
I have two more. If there's time, I'm gonna tell you about two more real quick too.
Tell me two more. Tell us two
Go
more.
for it.
Basically, where anywhere that you show up, it's an opportunity to pick up a side hustle. Seriously,
Mm.
I picked up a side hustle of bookkeeping at a funeral. After the funeral,
Okay,
we
no,
had
wait,
a
no, no, no,
repast
no. You
in the
can't go
park.
after the funeral. You got
It's
to tell us
true.
how you did this.
You
Right.
gotta get
Yeah. So,
in.
right. So after a funeral of our dearly beloved friend, a guy from the neighborhood who delivered newspapers, when we had our little repast at the park, I was just talking to some people and I was talking to his boss. And she's looking, she says, well, what do you do? What is your background? Because she liked the way that I was sharing and talking to her. And I told her, I have some administrative assistants. I actually worked with QuickBooks, this and that. She said, oh, I need someone to put our receipts and things into QuickBooks and help with the payroll and the this and that. I got a gig. I mean, it lasted for about a year. She ran the
Wow.
distribution center for the newspapers for the paper delivery folks, and I helped her with her bookkeeping at night, a side hustle. So I would work my regular shift at work, make sure my sons had their dinner and they're situated. Then at night, and as far as I know, they never had a wild party. They all watched TV and went to bed. But I did that. I moonlighted that. But so the thing is, right? You show up and shine. Just be yourself, be open, be inquisitive. And she asked me, what do you do? Because she needed some help. And one of my Uber drivers gave me a $50 gig just singing a few songs at her wine bar. Bada bing, bada boom, just
Wow.
like that. So really,
Yeah.
you
Joanna,
can get a hustle anywhere.
you know what? You
Wow.
brought me back to one of my biggest mentors. And she'd always say, you don't know who you're talking to, right? Like who you're next to. If you're sitting on a subway, sitting in an Uber, right? Sitting at the park by yourself. Bottom line
Yeah.
is, she said, open your mouth. Like open your mouth. Or like obviously if you need private time, private time. But she's like, somebody asks you a question, and we all know Blanca, we all like love her, she took her side hustle into a big time, marketing company, has her show, everything, right? And she said, when somebody asks you a question, don't be like, I don't know, like
Mm.
answer it. because you answer that question, especially if you're on a show like ours, or you're on that like live platform. That's $1 million, right? Commercial, 1 minute, $1 million. You just open up your mouth, make something up. And that's exactly what one of my mentors and also Blanca says. Answer it. Stop and think. The woman, like Joanna, like talks to everybody, and they were just chit chatting away. And she's like, "What do you do?" And she's just rambling off what she does. So I'm going to ask the audience, like walk away here, because if you're unsure, I can feel the energy. I can feel people's energy. Like, I don't know. Like Raquel was saying, I don't know. Raquel's saying this, and I'm not good with reels, and I'm not like Joanna and Regina and Raquel and blah blah blah. Don't give me I don't know. You do. Just take a moment, take some time, reflect, write it out, write it in a book. I don't care what you do. Take, like Raquel walks around out loud, have your phone, record it. But there is, everybody has something. I'm going to say more than something, but everybody has at least one thing beside whatever if you're the person out there that's like, I've got my mundane job. There's one other thing that you just are like, I never thought about that. Because if that's the one, but then the next, that little opponent goes against you and says, you can't do that. Wrong. I'm just going to tell you wrong. Like, you're absolutely wrong. Because the little girl in me wants to be a Broadway star. I'm not a Broadway star, but let me tell you, we do lots of Broadway songs. So I make Broadway no matter where I am. So that was great. I mean, that was just really, really fun stuff. So Raquel, like, you've been a little quiet because I know, you're in this conversation. So Joanna and I would love to know what's up with you with quote unquote side hustle. I know they're like passion projects for you, but what would you say about yourself and where you're at with regards to side hustle inside of that conversation?
I don't know. I don't know. After you said, say, I don't know. Listen, I like to try so many different things. And I've learned this year about staying in my lane. So, do I have a side hustle? I took what used to be a full-time job for me, and I made that my side hustle. For those that
Nice.
don't know, I teach psychology and coaching at universities. So I've got a couple of universities where I'm teaching now. One, I'm teaching grad students in coaching, and the other, I'm teaching undergrads in psychology. And I'm about to start at another place. So my main gig became my side hustle because I realized my purpose is to educate, but it was time to take it out of the classroom full time and put that as something part time, but to educate the world. That's my goal, and that's why I do my public speaking, and I practice it in my side hustle. I always practice it in my classroom, but my main focus, that's my side hustle. My main focus is to write books. I absolutely will be a New York Times best-selling author, and I'm working on that book right now as we speak. And through that, I will get more speaking opportunities. So I took my main thing, like we're telling you, your side hustle could be your main. I took my main and made that a side hustle for me because there are other things that I know I'm focusing on and staying in my lane. I thought about driving Uber, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know. But now I need to go to Lyft, not Uber. Clearly, I understand why. And I just love talking, so I definitely will try this Reels thing and see if I could do that. But I'm one of those people. I'm willing to try anything. I've life insurance. I'm insured. I'm life insurance, and I have my license and all of that stuff. I did. I worked with a company, and that was a side hustle. So I'll do not anything because I know what my gifting is and my talent. It has to stay and be aligned with that. If it's not aligned with it, then I'm not doing it. I'm very clear that I need to stay in my lane. But I'll try something as long as it keeps me in my lane. But as I said, my main thing is now my side hustle. And that's
I
who I
love it.
am. That's how I operate.
I just love it. I love how we broke it down to so many different things, as all these different perspectives. And that's what's great about having people come on. That's why we want you to come on, guys. We throw it out there. I told you, you want to be a guest, just write into that little chat box. I want to be a guest. We'll, tell you how to do that. Go to riseandthrivetogether.com. You want to come on like Joanna, throw in there, email me, the link. And you can come on and have a chit chatty conversation for a couple of minutes. But yeah, we've got from main priority, professor, doctorate, right, into like side hustle, where she's very clear. She's a super talented writer, best-selling author of the New York Times, and incredible motivational speaker. We got Joanna, who's having her show and out to like share her music and her story out there with everyone, and so much more and having people have their creativeness come out, if it's in business or it's personal. I'm going to give it to you, Joanna. Like, Joanna, you're just a dear friend of ours. She has got a free opportunity. I don't know, Joanna, if you want to drop that out to some people.
Okay, everyone. Yes, tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on Zoom, we're going to have an hour of power. We call it a 5-dimensional creative experience. So it's
Wow.
just a conversation on creativity. Relax, unwind. I always have a nice crunk theme song, but together we're going to take a moment to dream a little, have fun,
Mm.
let our imaginations run, and let's see how we can take your passion projects and follow that 5-step system. I always follow up with a little email with the highlights and the social media handles for all the participants so we can all follow each other, lift each other up, and get more followers. So, like a little networking, but it's really about you. So I've got to do that. I've got to do a pop up every month so I can show up for my people at no cost just to make myself available. So thank you for, for inviting me to plug. You guys know Regina. Look me up. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. You see my
Yep.
name.
What's the link for tomorrow? Tell us the link for tomorrow.
There's no link. You just would call me, just text me, or I'll check my DMs. Just DM me. Hey, I want to come. So
Yep.
Okay, y'all heard her. Check her out
keep
on
it
Facebook.
simple.
Send her a
Joanna
DM,
Trust,
and
super
she'll send
easy.
you the information, okay?
I
And
love
join
this.
the
This
call.
is
Awesome.
Have
great.
fun. Join the call. Have fun. Join the
Yes.
call. Have
And
fun.
have fun
Join.
doing the call.
Join
She's got some
call,
crunk song.
have
I'm
fun.
excited because I want to
Join
know what the
call,
song
have
is.
fun.
I'm super excited. Joanna, thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your side hustle, sharing your dream with us, and how you were able to continue to work on your business with the side hustle as needed because you wanted your time to focus on your business, and you did just that, and it's all happening for you. And I'm super excited, so proud of you. So thank you so much for joining us, folks. We're not telling you you have to get a side hustle. It's if you want to. Some people need it, right? Because life is lifing. That one job is just not paying everything, and you need something on the side, or maybe you just want something fun to do. Whatever it is, don't be afraid. Reg told you, take the step. You got to take the step, and you know. And if you don't know, then try something. Try different things. Trust in your beliefs. Trust in yourself. You can make this happen if you want it. Okay? But as always a pleasure to be here with you again, Joanna. Thank you so much. Join Joanna. Look her up on Facebook, Joanna Tress. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., you said?
That's right.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Send her a DM. She'll send you the information on the phone number or whatever you need to be there to have fun. And it's about you. Remember that. That's her purpose. It's about you and getting your dreams and getting you fired up for you. Okay? So join her tomorrow night. Ladies, always a pleasure. Thank you both so very much, sis. Always good. And remember, together we can rise and thrive. Till next time.
Filled with peace.